Shitty boys.
One thing you can't forget.
Just because you're spiritual does not mean that you're disciplined. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I want to say this. If you don't want to go to the club and drink alcohol to fit in, you don't have to do that. If you don't want to go fuck on random girls with your homies to fit in, you don't have to do that, my nigga. If you don't want to go out and poison yourself and do low vibrational shit that you know you don't want to do, but you're doing this because you're gaslighting yourself into thinking that, I'm living a balanced lifestyle and it's okay to have fun.
Because other people and shit.
You don't have to do this. Poisoning yourself does not equal a balanced lifestyle.
This too, bro.
Why do I have to occasionally eat bullshit food, occasionally drink alcohol, occasionally get pussy from random motherfuckers that I don't know so I can live a balanced life? And because these people lack discipline to actually stand on certain principles and abide by certain practices that they want to follow, they gaslight themselves into, I'm spiritual, I have free will to do whatever I want.
No.
Okay, because I have free will, should I treat people like shit? Because I have free will, should I fuck on random people I don't know, mix my energy with them, probably catch a fucking STD and be a hoe? Because I have free will, should I eat cancer-causing food that same food that put my aunties, my uncles, and my grandparents in the hospital? You can do whatever you want to do, but just know I don't give a fuck what you believe in. If you say you gonna do some shit, then do that shit. If you say you gonna stay committed to some shit, then stay committed to that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you do not have discipline, you cannot come around me or any nigga like me, period. If you say you finna do a 30-day social media detox and you got back on social media in the first week, nigga, you weak. If you say you gonna stay consistent in the gym and your ass ain't stay consistent,
I said I was gonna stay consistent for 30 days. We on day 6. Let's get it.
Nigga, you weak. If you say, I ain't eating no processed food this whole entire month, and you started eating processed food on day 2, day 7, I don't give a fuck if it was goddamn day 14. Nigga, you weak. Tighten the fuck up. Hey.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. No matter how small the task, I see that. I can see that. When you say you're gonna do something or stay committed to stand on that, the minute you don't stand on that, your words hold no power to slight you. It's the minute you lose slight piece of respect over yourself that can build up over time, leading to lower confidence, delays in progress, manifestations. I know there's a lot of spiritual people who struggle with a lack of discipline to deflect themselves from this. They gaslight themselves into thinking they're living in balance, when in reality, poison yourself is not balance. There's other ways to express your shadow without treating people like shit, without having sex with randoms, without drinking alcohol and doing drugs, without standing on the principles you wish to stand on. That's real. It's real.
Peace and love to everyone watching this. I'm gonna give y'all some ways to stay disciplined, and I'm gonna give y'all some ways to express your shadow without having to poison yourself. Because a lot of people believe that they have to poison themselves to express their shadow, which is utter bullshit. No. First of all, discipline is the most important thing in life. Okay, let's just keep it real. Okay, the most talented people in the world are only talented because they had the discipline, to actually practice the thing that they are now talented in. Okay. You have to be disciplined if you want to be anything in life. We're not even talking about success. We're not even talking about no. Because I don't know what it is. I feel like with conscious individuals or spiritual individuals, they think like because they're spiritual or conscious or they have all-knowing knowledge that automatically they don't have to be disciplined, which is just bullshit. You have to be disciplined to follow a meditation routine. You have to be disciplined to follow a yoga routine. You have to be disciplined to be able to live a certain lifestyle and abide by certain practices that you want to follow. Nobody's making you follow it, but you want to follow it, okay? So discipline goes for every belief system, everything in life, period. I don't care what you believe in, you have to be disciplined. First way to be disciplined is, hold on, y'all check out this view for some motivation. All right, let's get back to it. First way to be disciplined is stop scrolling on social media, okay? I'm gonna explain why you need to stop scrolling on social media. A lot of y'all
people determine 333, by the way. That's crazy. People determine their success by that. So I'm assuming, just off assuming, when you scrolling on there, I mean, at least in my opinion, it's easier to shift off from what you need to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing, by seeing other people and what they're doing within their journey, and take it as, oh, that's the right thing, or maybe I should be doing that, or maybe I need to give what I'm doing more thought. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a distraction that leads into a gaslighting in the sense that what they're doing just seems so much better just because you don't see all the bad, you don't see all the trials, like, you know. So it's like you just looking at the outside in on the surface level, you know. That's the illusion right there, because a lot of this shit can just look good but not actually be good, you know what I'm saying? So be careful.
Y'all are not lazy. A lot of y'all do not lack confidence. A lot of y'all struggle with scrolling on social media.
Facts.
The reason why scrolling on social media will kill your discipline is because it's one of the most comfortable things you can do. It's one of the most comfortable things you can do because you're literally getting free dopamine by doing nothing. You're getting free dopamine by just doing this. Okay, there's not a lot of things that you can do in life where you can just sit down and do this and get free dopamine. Scrolling is the only thing that takes no work and you can get infinite amount of dopamine. When you scroll, you're putting yourself in a comfortable state. A lot of you people, when you scroll, I guarantee you, you're probably slouching. This is probably what you're doing right.
Like, oh yeah.
Right here. This is a lot of y'all. You probably watching this video like this right now. You like this, you scrolling, and you ain't doing shit. You just overriding on dopamine, being a lazy motherfucker when you know you got shit to do. See what I'm saying? So now, mind you, you already slouching, you already got comfortable. Now your mind is getting comfortable and you're overloading it with dopamine. This is why you're not disciplined. You're not even disciplined enough to put the damn phone down. You ain't gonna be disciplined enough to accomplish your dreams, my nigga. Like, you think you're gonna be disciplined enough to get some money? You think you're gonna be disciplined enough to even hit a workout routine? No. Now that's number one. Put that phone down. It's so many reasons why you shouldn't be scrolling, but we just gonna focus on that reason, okay? Second way to stay disciplined is to stop doing the, oh, I'm gonna do this first method. Stop doing that bullshit. This is the...
Is that like a way of coping, like a procrastination like method, like some shit? Because I feel like that might coincide with me. I just probably express it in a different way. Because like, yeah, no, that's low key lazy though, if you think about it.
Do this first.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I gotta stop that shit.
Method. When you think about doing something, and then as soon as you thought about doing that specific thing, you said, "Oh nah, I'm gonna do this first." No.
Oh, that? Oh no, my shit has become more efficient. Like, for example, if I'm going to the store to get some pack, I'ma upload this, or I'ma set up my stream for when I get back first. Then I'ma come back. You feel me? Or then I'ma leave. That's what I'm thinking. Like, literally before I started the stream, I made sure everything was on the screen. My chat was right here. You feel me? Make sure everything's here. You know, make sure it's like clean. And then I went. You feel me?
Just do that shit that you just thought of just now. Okay? I'm gonna give you an example. If I thought about, okay, oh yeah, I need to go take a shower. Guess what? I don't need to think, oh yeah, but wait a minute, before I go take a shower, you know, I should make some music first. Or, you know, before I take a shower, I should hit some push-ups real quick. Or before I take a shower, I should go watch the... No. Just...
I used to do this. Okay, I used to do this. I used to like do this. Okay.
Shut the fuck up and go take the shower. You have to understand that your mind likes to follow patterns. If you do something one time, it's gonna be easier for you to do it a second time. And if you do it a second time, it's gonna be easier for you to do it a third time, a fourth time, and a fifth time, and a sixth time. This is why some of you niggas that beat your meat, you did it one time when you was like 12, 13 years old, and now you a grown man and you still beating your meat. That's because your mind loves to follow patterns. You have to break the pattern. Okay, so like I
can't tell if bro, I'm getting like a speed vibe, like when he's pronouncing pattern. Bro. I don't know why. It's like funny. Like, bro, can you stop? Can you correct yourself, buddy?
Loves to follow patterns.
Patterns, bro. It feels like he's trolling. Like,
you have to break.
That's on some speed. Like, that's funny. Pattern. That's funny.
Okay, so like I said, the second way to stay disciplined is when you think of doing something, don't think of nothing else. Just go ahead and do it. This video right now, it's 12:55 p.m. Yo, I could have told myself, oh yeah, before I make this video, hold on, let me hop in the studio real quick. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me finish editing this one video that I got over here. Matter of fact, let me go outside, get a little walkout. No. I said I'm gonna do this video right now. And
I know what he's saying. Yeah, I know what he's saying. It builds that, like, yeah, okay, I'm with it.
Get it out the way because I've already thought about doing it. Okay? Do what you first think of, okay? That's one of the best ways to stay disciplined. And the third way to stay disciplined is don't think about shit. Yeah, I know that's ironic. I just told you to do the first thing that you thought of, and now
That's real.
I'm telling you.
That's the true balance in it. That's the true balance and shit. Like, how he can say, you know, don't think about shit, and then, you feel me?
Don't think about shit at all. Yeah, don't think about shit at all. Okay, if you get a thought that naturally come to you, telling you to do something, don't think on that thought. Okay, this is what a lot of you niggas do, right?
You consider if, should I do this? Damn, would it be a good use of my time? I don't know if this is a good thing. Shit, I don't know. It could be. I feel like it's been a decent thing enough to where it's got me where I'm at, to where I'm able to, you know, now take it out and replace it with another habit, because obviously that shit is getting out of hand. Niggas are saying they're gonna do something, getting distracted on some shit, or just feeling like they gotta handle a whole bunch of other shit before they do this. Like, no, of course it's gonna feel like you're undermining your own authority, your own trust, because every single time it's always some other shit you didn't do too. Like, no, or not even because it's low-key, not even because, you know, it's not even because, like, you forgot to do it or whatever. It just came to thought too sometimes. Like, no, bro. Niggas gotta just, because over time, yes, it does build that, like, that connection you have to be able to do shit like that. That builds that. That's what that is right there. Instead of, damn, I'm about to walk to the store. Oh, before I walk to now, I'll see if it was actually, like, if it's actually convenient, like I'm gonna walk, so let me grab my jacket. I mean, this is more practical, but like, nigga, grab the jacket, nigga. Like, don't. I feel like some niggas, I don't know.
Make a Shopify website.
But yeah, no. What he's saying is very, like, especially in the terms of things that you have on your checklist that day that are responsibilities and shit, like duties to get you where you're going. Don't be like, oh yeah, I need to do this, and then think of something else you need to do, or think of something else and then do that first and then start, you know, like, I feel like low key it you kind of telling yourself, like, or you're not building that streak of just being able to just, okay, I'm gonna do this, 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 I'm gonna do this. And I'm telling you, that means way more a lot of times. Like, it's momentum based. I feel like a lot of this shit is momentum
or you gotta work on your business, or you gotta do something that's very important. And instead of you shutting the fuck up and just doing it, this is what you do. Damn, okay, yeah, I do gotta make that Shopify website. Okay, for sure. You know, damn, I could do it like this. You know what I'm saying?
So to think about how you could do it and how you just do it. And I know, like, for some niggas, that's where it is. It's almost like a hard stop. It's almost like a just do it. It's like, all right, like, do what? Like, you feel me? That's the point. And you have to you have to low key fall back in that and understand, like, oh yeah, you got to just do it. And like, you at some point, everyone did something for the first time, so you know it's like, and then especially if it's not a first time of yours, doing it, nigga, just do that shit. It's not a big deal.
Damn, I remember old girl, she was, you know what, maybe I should call old girl first. Damn, I don't even know, bro. Like, maybe I should watch a YouTube video about it. You know what I'm saying? Damn, low key, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta clean up my crib. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, yo. Shut the fuck up and
He's real. I fuck with him.
Open up the computer, go to Shopify, and just get started on the website, my nigga. You're doing too much. You just shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just do it. And the fourth way to stay disciplined, and this is probably one of the best ways, is to put yourself into position to go ahead and do the thing that you need to do. Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all two examples. Let's say you feeling lazy today, and let's say
facts,
you gotta go
I do this all the time.
Man.
I swear to God, I do this all the time. For example, this is the example I gave you with the streaming shit. I literally set myself up to stream when I got back.
You don't feel like getting dressed. You know what I'm saying? You don't even feel like driving to the gym. You don't feel like doing none of that. Yo, go ahead and have your gym shoes and your gym, whatever you got on, gym attire, go ahead and have that by the front door. Walk to the front door. You can walk to the front door butt naked. Don't care. Put it on at the front door. Put your shoes on. Go outside, walk to your car, hop in the car. Now look, you're already in the car, bro. Like, it's gonna take more effort for you to get out and go back in your house and pull out your phone and scroll on social media.
Is this y'all?
Than it would for you to.
Is it? No. Okay. So when you saying how like something like it'd be like it's, I call this over whooping. I call this like what he was saying like overdoing too much, like more than necessary. That's over whooping to me. That's overdoing it. Nigga, you so, bro. I kind of feel cause like, bro, I used to outthink myself out of doing shit like I could relate like and then niggas didn't have the experience of actually acted upon certain shit that I wanted to do. So it was like, you know, but it gets to a point where you realize it's either this or this, and then you have to make a decision.
Just turn the car on and drive at
this
point. Put yourself into position to succeed.
And then you realize why you are where you are.
Let's say you're sitting in your chair right now. Or let's say, matter of fact, no. Let's back it up.
Control,
let's say you in your bedroom right now. You chilling in the bed. You're like, dang, bro, I do not feel like getting up right now.
Regardless of what kind of hand you dealt, you either let reality like just be reality all over you, or you let your reality, you feel me, how you feel, and the reality of how you feel on and what you want to do, reality over reality. I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense in my mind, because there's two options. There's really only two options, bro.
Boom, get up, boom. Go sit in your chair and instantly open up your computer. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie, you don't even gotta go to the Shopify website. Just open up the computer. If you just open up the computer, automatically your brain is gonna be.
It's cause it's like, what else? You might as well do it. Like,
be like, okay, bro, fuck it. I'm already in the computer chair. Yo, I'm already in front of the computer too. Man, fuck it. I'm about to just go ahead and start on the Shopify. I'm about to go ahead and just start on the Shopify website. You see what I'm saying? So put yourself in the position to go ahead and do the thing that you know you need to go do. Now, because I fuck with y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a good way to manage y'all time. This is extra. Okay, I wasn't even gonna give y'all this. I'm gonna give y'all a good way to manage y'all.
And this is meta. Put yourself in a position to be disciplined. So like, start actually. Start with what you are disciplined in. Start in any good disciplines you have, and start trying to translate shit. Like, you already have. I feel like niggas already have discipline, bro. Niggas already have discipline in certain areas, just due to life. You know what I'm saying? So just, bro, you feel me?
Y'all time, okay? Now this is specifically for my men, but women, y'all can
if you went to school, that's discipline, bro.
Now men, we have to.
If you graduated high school or school, that's discipline. If you got through grades, that's discipline. So it's there. It's just you gotta translate it. Obviously, niggas don't like school, so it's like you don't. I guess see or whatever. I don't know, but nigga, that's a simple example, bro.
Understand this. Our testosterone is the highest when we first wake up in the morning, okay? So let's say you wake up at 8 a.m. Let's say you wake up 10 a.m. It doesn't matter. When you first wake up in the morning, okay? When you first wake up, you open your eyes up. Your testosterone is the highest for the first 4 hours of the day, okay? Of when you wake up, okay? Then after that, it goes down for about another 4 hours. And then 4 hours after that, it rises up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, at the end of the day, it goes all the way down, and now your testosterone is the lowest it's ever been all day, okay? This is important to know because as a man, you know, in the morning, your testosterone is going to be the highest, meaning you're going to have the most energy in the morning.
So you got to do the things. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm with it. You got to do the things. Do the things. See, I'm streaming. I'm streaming within the hour. First 2 hours I wake up.
Meaning you need to get the most important shit done in the morning, okay? So I'm gonna tell y'all how I schedule my day. I don't use Google Calendar. I don't do no bullshit like that. I simply schedule my day in quarters, okay? So understand this. I have quarter one, I have quarter two, I have quarter three, and I have quarter four. Each quarter is 4 hours because I'm up for 16 hours a day, okay?
Yeah.
Quarter one, which is the first 4 hours of the day, I get the most important shit done in that day. Right now, it's quarter one for me, okay? And so y'all can know I'm not bullshitting what this say right here. What that say right here? 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So look, I'm still in quarter one right now. I got 30 minutes till quarter one ends, okay? In quarter one, I go hit me a little 30-minute workout. I work on my music. I work on any videos that I gotta work on. I work on any business that I gotta work on, period. Quarter one, I do the most important shit of the day because I know I have the most energy in the beginning of the day, okay? Now, I only do this for 4 hours, okay? Quarter two, that's for another 4 hours. Now, what I do for quarter two is I don't do nothing business related. I don't do nothing work related. Vaughn, why don't you do nothing business and work related? Because I'm a fucking human being.
Yeah, but I say you just did that. You feel me?
Okay, human beings are not meant to be working 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, okay? Quarter two is my break time. So this is my time to meditate. This is my time to eat some food. This is some time to spend time with my girlfriend. If I had kids, I would spend time with my kids. This is time for me to go outside, ground myself, get some sunlight. It ain't no sun right now, but you get the point, okay? Because every man, every human period, but especially men, we need time to work and be serious and, okay, let's vibe. You know what I'm saying? We need a meditation session because a lot of men will get too caught up in business. We'll get too caught up in working so hard and we'll end up losing ourselves. We'll get fucking egotistical and we'll be
burnout. You get burnout. Everyone's familiar with that shit. Love burnout. Love me some burnout.
Crazy as hell. We don't need to have that happen. So you need to have at least a period of time, whether it's 4 hours.
And see, I'm glad he's explaining it that way because this is a lot more efficient than shit. How I've learned to kind of do this in a sense. Like I've learned to like understand when like I just don't have the energy and I'm not trying to force it. Like obviously there's times where you don't have the energy or no, you don't feel it. I feel like sometimes you don't feel like doing it, but you have the energy. And there's sometimes you don't have the energy, but you feel like doing something. So in each case, you just chill out. In each case, trust your intuition and what you can do. If staying calm is necessary, is staying calm. If like, I'm gonna just relax. If that's appropriate for that situation. But I say that because, nigga, look what we live in, bro. Time's ticking, like, we gotta do this shit. It's time. So it's like, it is what it is.
6 hours doesn't matter. You need to have a period of time to where you can just be a kid, bro, and just vibe.
So the first, like, yeah.
Have fun, spend time with your girlfriend, spend time with your kids, you know what I'm saying? So quarter two, that's when I do that at. That's for 4 hours, okay? Now quarter three, that's for another 4 hours. That's after quarter two. That's after my vibe time. Quarter three, I get back to work. Anything that I did not finish in quarter one, I'm finishing that shit in quarter three. Okay? Now, quarter three, it might be me in the studio. It might be me editing some more videos. It might be both. It might be shit. I was in the studio the whole entire day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got song dropping for y'all. Hey! Now, quarter four is the last 4 hours in the day. Now, personally, me, I like to freestyle quarter four. Yo, quarter four, if I feel like working more on my business, then hey, cool, I'm gonna work more on my business. That means that's 12 hours dedicated to my business a day. If quarter four, I feel like, yo, baby, hey, I'm finna take you on a date. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got a wife. Yo, I'm finna take you on a date. We finna spend some time together. Then that's what I'm gonna do. If I feel like, yo, quarter four, yo, if I don't feel like doing shit, then I ain't gonna do shit. If I feel like just meditating for 4 hours straight in quarter four, then going to sleep and astral projecting, then that's just what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So that's personally how I set my schedule up. Quarter one.
I'm copying this. I'm gonna just let them know. Shout out you, man. I'm gonna just be real. I'm copying this. I gotta start being conscious of this too. That's where it starts.
Straight business. Quarter two. And
start like, okay. What today I'm off. It's 11. Oh, it's 11 a.m. I'm still within my mark. Shit, I'm still in my quarter one. You feel me? Still in my quarter one, right? Bet.
Straight vibing, nature, meditation. Like quarter three, we back to business. And quarter four, whatever I feel like, that's what I'm gonna do. Simple as that. Now, some ways that you can express your shadow without having to poison yourself, because a lot of conscious people, they be just saying the dumbest shit on the internet. Like, oh yeah, man, like, sometimes there's nothing wrong with just going out and eating some fast food or some McDonald's, man, so you can pull yourself down from the ethers. Or, man, there's nothing wrong with going to the club, finding a random girl, you know what I'm saying, to fuck, and then, drinking some alcohol, being low vibe. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, why do I gotta poison myself to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I gotta poison myself
3 hours left in my quarter
down from the ethers and get out my light body? That's some fucking pseudo-science spirituality shit. That's bullshit. So look, here are some healthy ways to express your shadow, because you have to express your shadow. You can't just be 24/7 in your light, okay? But we can express our shadow in healthier ways. A great way to express your shadow is get your soft ass a boxing gym membership and go whoop on somebody's ass and get your ass whooped. That's a great way to whoop. That's a great way to express your shadow. If you're watching this and you're a fighter, congratulations. You are expressing your shadow in a healthy way. You getting some cardio, sparring somebody, and I don't think somebody getting that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Another great way to express your shadow is go on long runs. Do a 4-mile run shit. Get on some David Goggins shit and do an 8-mile run. I don't care who you are. You could be mad. You could be depressed. Yo, if you go hit a 4-mile run, bro, you ain't gonna be mad no more.
No, I don't got
you. Ain't even, I'm telling you, like, y'all have ran for so long and y'all been like stressed when you ran, and then all of a sudden you finish your ran and you wasn't even stressed no more. That's because you got all your darkness out in that moment. Another great way to express your shadow is hop on the mic, my boy. Hey,
yeah, if you go back to the store again, let me know. Okay. Now I just want some cigarettes. See where you go.
I got you.
Hey, make a song, my boy. Make some music. You can journal. Bro, you can go write a book, and it could be the most fucking deranged sounding book. Like, it could be about a serial killer or some shit. No cap. Like, there's so many ways to express your shadow in a healthy way without actually having to kill your fucking liver, kill your brain cells, just kill your temple overall. Because one thing about me, I do not believe in killing my temple just to express my shadow. I'm never going to do that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to preach for today, because a lot of people believe that bullshitting is living a balanced life. And in reality, bullshitting is not living a balanced life. You're just bullshitting because you have a lack of discipline. Like, let's just keep it real. I'm just not going to conform to society beliefs that, oh, bro, you're 21. Like, let's just go to the club and drink alcohol. Why? Like, what the fuck? Like, we got passports. Like, can't we just go out the country and travel? Like, what's wrong with going on an adventure? Like, why do I have to poison myself to have fun? Like, one thing about me is, like, I will never conform ever. I will never conform to the mindset or the dumbass belief of I have to poison myself to have fun. I have to dumb myself down and hang around people that don't even fucking know themselves to have fun. Like, I don't believe that. I'm not aligning with that belief, and that's not in my reality. I don't have to do none of that shit to have fun. And you don't have to do none of that shit to have fun. There's other ways out here to have fun without killing yourself, being a degenerate, and just overall bullshitting in life. Like, you don't gotta bullshit in life to have fun. But yeah, appreciate everybody that watched this video. I'll be streaming on Twitch, Von Cut Official. Go check out my vlog channel on YouTube, Von Boogie. Go check out my Instagram at Von_Boogie. I got music videos dropping on this channel. Yeah, let's get it. Hey!
That'll be good. Damn, this bit is not new at all.
Just because you're
We got 29 minutes.
What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! We got...
Dude.
Ah! Oh my God, chat! Oh my goodness!
So, news just broke that the Miami Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. Sources tell ESPN. This right here is major news because we've all known for quite some time now that Jimmy Butler has been constantly on the trading mill right now for various reasons. It seems as if like his time with the Heat has ran its course, in large part because he was frustrated out in the Miami due to the fact that they were not willing to give him the deal that he was looking for. And so there is a lot of moving pieces that's going on right now. As I'm even reporting on it right now, it's continued to break that Dennis Schroeder is headed to Utah and Kyle Anderson to Toronto as a part of a multi-team trade. Now, as we all know, there was a bit of a hesitation on Jimmy Butler being moved whatsoever to the Golden State Warriors because despite the fact that the Warriors were open to the opportunity of getting Jimmy Butler, he wasn't open to the opportunity of staying out in Golden State, my brothers. It was a whole bunch of back and forth and dispute about if Jimmy's going to sign long-term for the Warriors because it seemed as if like that was going to have to be mandatory for him to get this deal done. He was declining the opportunity of doing so, which really put a lot of speculation out there, which enforced the Warriors to kind of pivot to go after Kevin Durant all throughout the last 24 to about, 36 hours. It went from KD potentially being open to the opportunity and the Warriors potentially going after Durant because how desperate and thirsty they were to Durant over the last couple of hours straight out saying, no, I'm not going to the Golden State Warriors at all. Y'all got me messed up if I was going to go to the Warriors and play alongside Draymond Green. Let's be honest with ourselves. And also I think Steve Kerr has a lot to do with that as well. So now since that happened, the Warriors had to then pivot back to other opportunities. There was conversations about Brandon Ingram. They already swung at and missed out on Zach LaVine because they pulled out on that, but there were still opportunities about Vucevic. But they kind of circled back on the idea of bringing back Jimmy Butler, and then that became the topic of discussion of where we are right now. The updated trade summary is the Golden State Warriors get Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat receive Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, a first-round pick that I believe is protected. The Pistons receive Lindy Waters III, Josh Richardson, and a second-round pick. The Jazz receive Dennis Schroeder, and the Raptors receive Kyle Anderson. A bunch of mid being moved around outside of Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. Wowzer. Now, going back to the contract extension, because again, the reason why there was a hesitation and a bit of a pump fake a couple of days ago is because Jimmy Butler first was reporting that he was not going to sign a long-term deal or sign an extension with the Warriors. It seems as if like he's had a change of heart. I think a huge reason for it is because he's starting to realize he's running out of options because obviously when Kevin Durant declined the idea of being moved around, there was no way in hell that he was going to be able to be moved out of Miami to any other team unless it was going back to the Warriors. So in all honesty, we just spent the last 2 to 3 months pump faking all of this. Chris Haynes is breaking that the Golden State Warriors first round pick this year is top 10 protected, and then next year it's top 10 protected, and then it becomes unprotected in the following year if it is not conveyed. That's actually a really good pick for Miami. However, going back to the contract extension, Golden State Warriors contract extension, the star Jimmy Butler has agreed to a new 2-year, $121 million extension with the franchise through 2027. Sources tell Windhorse. Butler is declining his 2025-26 player option for the new $121 million deal. That is $60 million a year for Jimmy Butler for a 35 going on 36-year-old Jimmy Butler. $60 million a year from an organization that was just complaining about giving Klay Thompson a contract and was declining that, but now giving $60 million to Jimmy Butler. $60 million a year means that this brother will be paid more than Steph Curry next year. The franchise player, the face of the franchise, the individual that you have been trying to carve out all the money in the world to put something of substance next to him. $60 million down the drain, down the gutter for Jimmy next year. $60 million for Jimmy Butler, $59.6 million for Stephen Curry, $25 million for Draymond Green, $9 million for Buddy Hield, $11 million for Moses Moody, and $2 million for Trace Jackson. This is actually functionally dumb because not only do they now have to pay $60 million for Wiggins, they still have to give GP2 a contract extension. They still have to give Kuminga a contract extension, and they're lucky because B-Pods hasn't get paid yet, but they still have to give GP2 and Kuminga contract extension while seeing an uptick with the amount of money that is committed to this roster next year. That's crazy. That's insanity. They more than doubled the amount of money they're going to pay at that position. More than doubled. Now, we can talk a little bit of basketball for a second, because what exactly does this mean for the Warriors? Well, it obviously is an upgrade of talent. At the forward position, where I do believe Butler's going to play, he's going to give you a lot of the same value that Wiggins was providing in terms of defense ability, but a way better shot creator, way better ball handler, passer, playmaker, somebody who's also going to be aggressive at the basket, higher competitor as well. And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, it's an overall upgrade, and the ceiling does increase for the Warriors. So if it's just the idea of adding talent to this team, congratulations. The Warriors did. The Warriors, they were able to add talent to this team. They were able to go after somebody that provided a second scoring option next to Curry. They were able to address their immediate concerns. But at what cost? Well, we know the cost is $60 million. But what does this mean moving forward for the rest of the roster? I'm going to go as far as to say, Kuminga, they're probably going to sign and trade him during the offseason. I just don't see how on this roster he makes any sense. It's going to make more sense for him to get signed and trade. Right now, it's hard to move him because he's only making $7 million. But he's going to receive a contract extension. That right there will bring in a lot of talent to kind of fill out the rest of the roster, because the roster is thin beyond this season. But right now, you have Curry at the point guard, GP2 at the 2, Butler at the 3, Draymond at the 4, and Trace Jackson Davis at the 5. It's an improvement. I'm not going to act like it's not an improvement. They did exactly what they needed to do. It does concern me about the lack of three-point shooting now. Anyone not named Curry doesn't really provide them at all whatsoever. And they've now been able to address that. This also kind of addresses some of the ball handling duties as well. Curry's been struggling with that. You know, you got a gamer, you got a doll, you got an alpha, and Jimmy Butler's going to step in and do what needs to be done. I don't believe there's going to be any problems with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. I think both of those guys, no nonsense type of guys. I think they're going to come to each other with a lot of respect, because both of them have done a lot of damage to their career over the last 48 hours, quite frankly, with Jimmy Butler playing around talking about I'm accepted and not accepted, accepted and not accepted, and then news breaking that Kevin Durant potentially would have been on the table if it wasn't for the fact that Draymond ran rampant over there in Golden State over the past couple of years, and it seems as if like their relationship has not been really and fully rekindled, despite the fact of the public optics. He's just refusing to go back over there. So you miss out on the opportunity because of Draymond, and then Jimmy Butler over the past couple of just really months now has just been playing around with so many other franchises, and we now get to this point where, you know, they look like a team that's going in the right direction, but it's still nowhere fast. At the end of the day, a team that features Curry, Jimmy, and Draymond as a big three, it's a compelling one, but it makes it even more interesting with the rest of the roster, right? Because as good as those three are, and I think they're going to be really, really good, it's not enough to move the needle when the rest of your supporting cast is made up of Gary Payton II, Buddy Hield, Jonathan Kuminga, B-Pods, and Trace Jackson Davis. Like, that's not enough of a roster to me to really feel really, really high on who the Warriors are. Again, an upgrade, but one that's not crazy. Now, moving on to the Miami side. Miami goes back into a corner. They had very little options because Golden State, in all honesty, and we've been saying this for months now, Golden State was really the only team that was desperate enough to make this move. And the writing was on the wall for quite some time. And if the Warriors, who, again, change of events, 2 months ago when we started talking about this, the Warriors were steadfast on the idea of not trading anyone, not moving any young pieces, not making significant alterations to their roster, not compromising their future for what is currently constructed now, and certainly not making any steep financial commitments just for marginal improvements to the roster. They changed their mind because how desperate they end up getting, and they effectively became more desperate than Miami. So Miami found themselves in a situation where Jimmy was acting a plumb fool, going crazy, telling teams not to trade for him because he wasn't going to sign, walking out of practice, being all frustrated, and it got so disturbing to what the team was trying to achieve that they told him to go home. We'll be fine without you until we figure out things going on. To me, that is waving the white flag. You have lost all leverage. But for them to come out of this trade with a first-round pick alongside Andrew Wiggins, to me, speaks volumes. It speaks volumes because I'm going to be honest with you, that's a W. So far this season, this is what you was getting. And I'm not saying, again, I know that Wiggins is a worse player than Jimmy Butler, but right now you're a 500 ball club in the 6th seed, and this is what you are receiving with Jimmy Butler so far this season. Only 25 games, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 54% from the field, but only attempting one three-pointer a game, shooting 36%. You're going to get the same level defender, if not better, a better three-point shooter because of the volume, and you're cutting the price point and how much money you're spending at that position. That's what you're doing. And you're doing that while retaining all your other core pieces. So because Wiggins still have, I believe, 2 more years left on his deal, next year, instead of paying $52 million to Jimmy, you're now only paying $28 million to Wiggins. So that does cut how much money you're pushing out next year. But more importantly, heading into the 2027 season, you're still going to have a fairly reasonably aged Wiggins with Bam and Hero still in their 20s as well. That is a quality core 3. Now, where that's going, nowhere. It's going absolutely nowhere. But I do believe flexibility is probably the most important thing for the Heat right now, because it seems as if, like, sooner than later, they're probably going to be moving in a direction where they're going to have to make a lot of decisions on what their roster is going to look like. I mean, that and the flexibility, movable contracts, pieces and players that people are going to want, I think that's way more valuable. Things are probably not going to work out in the best of favor for Miami in terms of what the team is going to look like in terms of playoff success, but in terms of acquiring an asset while receiving a draft pick in the process as well, that can then be moved later on down the timeline, because Wiggins is going to be able to be moved later on down the timeline for something else. I think that right there should have been a main objective. And so you basically got a pick in the process, got another player that can be traded down the line for another pick as well if you decide to blow it up and go in a different direction. Now, with that being said, I will end on this note. What exactly does this mean for the Warriors in their postseason appearance this year? Couple of things. A, this is the reason why I love Anthony Davis, I love Max, as many of you all know, but this is the reason why I wasn't that high on the idea of, like, oh my goodness, the Mavericks, they're going to make a deep postseason run, because for those who don't know, the Mavericks are the 11th seed. And after this trade, that's another team that's now improved. Another team that's improved, that's in front of them in the standings. And so there's a lot of ground that the Mavericks are going to have to make up if they really want to make the postseason appearance that everyone decided to sell the masses over the past couple of days. But speaking of postseason performance, let's be honest with ourselves. Those numbers that I just spat out for Jimmy Butler, does anybody in the chat believe that that's really who Jimmy Butler is as a player? I'll answer for you. No. Everyone knows that that's not Jimmy Butler. That's not really Jimmy Butler. Especially on a team where he's going to have another shot creator in Steph Curry, a high IQ passer and playmaker who's also a great defender in Draymond. A lot of the sets and how they play easily transferable for what he was doing in Miami to now here in Golden State. And I do believe if this Warriors team can make the playoffs, we're going to a whole nother level in the type of performance that we're seeing from Jimmy Butler. Now, does that mean that I think that the Warriors are going to make a deep postseason run? No, I don't. But I do believe, you can keep a lot of things open when you have someone like Jimmy Butler on your roster, and we know what he can look like when he turns things up and who he has been so far this season, especially over the last 5 to 7 games playing for Miami before this trade went through. He definitely ain't. That wasn't who he was as a player. We know that's not who he was. And we had to keep all that in mind, and also keep in mind that as we continue to go down this timeline of what the Warriors are trying to do, obviously they're trying to maximize what they look like for the remainder part of Curry's career, and they made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I still don't think this is the best way to go about it. They had so many other opportunities to make so many better decisions down the line, but for a team that was on a run, that was swinging and missing every single time they stepped into the play, this has to be the only answer that you can kind of fall on. I still don't think the Warriors have the capability of making a deep postseason. So De'Aaron Fox has already been traded to the Spurs. The Golden State Warriors have changed their mind. Jimmy Butler is still trying to find a way to get out of Miami. And the trade of the century just occurred a couple of days ago when the Dallas Mavericks sent Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know I say this pretty often if you've been following me on YouTube for some years now, but I truly mean it this time. This is going to be the craziest trade deadline in NBA history. And crazy enough, that still may not do it any justice whatsoever or what may occur in the next about 24 to 36 hours. Because for those who are unaware, there has been a lot of new updates with trade rumors over the past 2 to 3 days, especially post the Luka Doncic transaction. And so I deem it necessary to make an update video to get you prepared for what you can expect in the next day and a half. Now, I normally don't do this, but I just want to give you a heads up. When the deadline is going on tomorrow, I will be live streaming on playback.tv/Lowe's Room, where not only will I be live streaming the trade deadline and all the transactions that are happening in real time, but also I stream live NBA games like 3 to 4 times a week on that platform platform as well. So go check me out over there. But if not, at bare minimum, check me out on the trade deadline because I do believe it will be one for the history books. Now, with that out of the way, let's get right into the rumors because boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Now, first, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors because the news that's been going out for the Warriors over the past 2 to 3 days is crazy. As we all know, the Warriors in the first 2 to 3 months of the season and even heading into the regular season was steadfast on the idea of not making any significant changes to their roster whatsoever. They really believed to not leverage their future for what's going on right now because they didn't believe that any of the changes were going to be significant enough. And that idea has just completely fallen on its face, especially because Kuminga and B-Pots have not been able to live up to expectations. And now we find ourselves 50 games into the regular season. The Warriors are a 500 ball club, indie play-in in a very competitive Western Conference, and offensively they are horrible in large part because of how much they just overly depend on a 36-year-old Steph Curry. And because of the underwhelming season, we are now talking about a team that went from untouchables across the board on their roster to now they're willing to call any and everyone to try to make a deal done. Originally, they were in the Zach LaVine sweepstakes, but pulled out to go get Jimmy Butler. Then Jimmy Butler claimed that he wasn't willing to sign a long-term deal. And now all of a sudden, they're trying to get Kevin Durant. Yes, that's crazy. As crazy as it sounds, they're trying to get KD. And even if they fail at getting Kevin Durant, there are multiple reports claiming that the Warriors are on the phone with every team in the NBA that has an all-star caliber player that they're willing to move, and everyone on the roster, except for Steph Curry, is expendable. Man, what a change of events. Complete 180. In all honesty, I don't blame the Warriors whatsoever. This season has been very depressing for anyone who is a Warriors fan to sit here and watch this franchise completely swing and miss and just piss away every opportunity to add a legitimate co-star next to Curry, in particular on the offensive side of the floor, has to be frustrating. And to see them now get to this point where they are finally coming to the revelation where they have to make this move, again, maybe even more frustrating than the fact that they didn't make the transaction earlier, because now you're starting to run out of options and you're looking at effectively trying to get potentially Jimmy Butler or Brandon Ingram, or even having very, very lofty expectations of trying to get in Kevin Durant. Now, do I believe that's going to occur? It's going to be very, very difficult to do so, especially because KD makes a ridiculous amount of money and the Suns are a second tax apron team, so it makes it even more difficult to move someone like Kevin Durant on the roster. But the simple fact that the Warriors have now changed their tone and started to redirect in a different direction, it does really say a lot about how bad this season has been for a team that is trying their best to maximize the last couple of years of Curry's career. But even with all that being said, the most interesting part of this conversation isn't the fact that the Warriors are starting to shift gears and starting to make some transactions, because in all honesty, that's the obvious route to go. What's way more interesting is the fact that Kevin Durant's name is being brought into these conversations. So much so that there's even a trade floating around, the idea of moving Jimmy Butler, KD, a part of a 3 or 4 team trade where the Warriors will land Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler will find himself in Phoenix, one of the teams that he is very adamant on moving to, and quite frankly, probably the only team that he is willing to move to, because there are several opportunities where he could have been traded by now, but he's effectively declined the opportunity of doing so because he doesn't want to sign long-term for the Warriors or the Memphis Grizzlies, which in and of itself is another video, but I'm not going to go down that path. Again, the reason why it's so interesting is that KD is being brought into this conversation. For those who may not be aware, KD is having another really great season, one of the best shot creators in the NBA. Shooting splits across the board are really, really great. However, it's not really translating into any lasting impact. Sure, when he's on the floor, the Suns look solid, but it's not translating into enough wins, as the Suns, very similar to the Warriors, underwhelming, finding themselves at best in a play-in situation. And I really don't know how much longer Phoenix can just underperform and be underwhelming at this stage of Kevin Durant's career, especially because KD only has 1 more year left on his deal after this season, and after that, he can just do whatever he wants to. And so there is a world where I could see where the Suns, in an attempt to try to salvage a potential Kevin Durant departure, where they leaves them completely naked of any type of talent and trying to continue to build in a direction that can leave them competitive, I can see them making a trade to get slightly younger, or potentially what they should be doing, restructuring to get themselves not only younger, but as much draft capital as possible. Because if you do trade KD, inevitably you're more than likely just going to blow this up, even if you get someone like Jimmy Butler that in theory keeps you competitive. Because I just don't see how this team is going to be able to stamp themselves into conversations to be title contenders anytime soon. And when that day comes, we all have to acknowledge that Bradley Beal contract has to be the worst in the NBA, because the only reason why the Suns would even entertain the idea of trading Kevin Durant is because they know for a fact they can't make any other improvements to the roster because of how much money Beal is making and the fact that he has a saying no trade clause, so he's not going anywhere. But more importantly, what does this mean for Devin Booker? And this is where I find all of this really fascinating, because we now have several teams in the NBA who have a plethora of draft picks, some young players as well, that can throw at a Phoenix Suns team that has little to no draft assets because they traded all of it to go get Kevin Durant. And because how underwhelming this has all been, I just have a hard time believing that Devin Booker is going to want to stay on this team long term if they decided to pivot and shift in a different direction that does not consist of Kevin Durant being on his team. And again, even if he is on this roster, it's only a matter of time before Phoenix decides to just blow it up, get as many draft assets in the process, and try to just rebuild with whatever they have in return for a Devin Booker trade. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen now, but I do believe if you are entertaining the idea of trading Kevin Durant, then you probably should also be entertaining the idea of
the Kings are wow. Trading their franchise away? Nah, that's insane, love. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna stream a little bit later. Got y'all boys in.